What's good, you guys? Thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in with us today. If you are a mod and you have a wrench, you know what to do. What's good, love?
What's going on, beautiful? How you doing over there?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Up here being nosy.
I wish I could be doing good, but I'm doing a little bit better now. I'm doing a little bit better since you calmed me down earlier today because my pressure was
You
up. Thank you.
go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
no, no. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it.
You sure
I
you
ain't
don't
gonna
want
do it. Yeah, I'm sure I ain't gonna do it. It ain't worth it. It ain't even worth me discussing it. Then this is the reason why I stopped talking about boxing. I stopped doing that. I'm done. I'm done with that type of stuff. Sorry for
it?
cussing. What's up to everybody in the chat? Salute to everybody that's coming through showing us love. What's up, Deborah? I see you. Do say what's up. Tasha, what's up? What's up, Tasha Chinny? I see you. 1L San Diego Southeast. I see you. I see you, Tiana West, Jamaica Taylor, BB Love, True Peace Decor, Erica Sutton. What's up? What's up? Reese, Marcy Lago, Charmaine. Is it Charmaine or Charmaine?
Charmaine.
Charmaine Bye. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, they done worked up my nerves, Jamaica. They done worked up my nerves. People like working up my nerves, especially when I used to be on the internet a lot and doing the show that me and Cece used to do. A lot of people they enjoyed that part of me. They enjoyed me getting on the internet and going off on rants and tangents and all kind of stuff. They used to really enjoy that, but I don't do that no more.
Charmin.
Is it Charmin? Oh, Charmin. Charmin Bob. I like that. I like that. No, no, we ain't
Nah, we
starting.
want to talk boxing.
We wasn't talking boxing. We wasn't talking boxing. It was some more shit that made me go back into boxing. Like it reminded me of boxing. It was like one of them bad flashbacks and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Baby, talking boxing used to have my nerves shot. Shot. Oh, goddamn, talking boxing used to have my nerves shot. I used to be so angry. Like, that's why y'all be seeing the trolls and stuff come up in here. That's they come from boxing. I haven't talked boxing in what 2 years, almost 3 years.
Yeah.
They be angry. They still angry. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, we haven't messed with no boxing. I don't even fucking watch boxing like that no more. I mean, I ain't gonna even. I just when I got through talking boxing and shit like that, I just like stopped watching that shit. It was like the niggas in boxing a headache, the fans a headache, the boxers a headache. That whole shit is garbage. That's all right. That's why Dana White finna buy the whole plantation and put the whip to all them niggas asses over there. So I hope they enjoyed it when they had a good run.
Boxing is like the most emotional feeling over fact as sport. It's like that's how you feel, but the facts are, god damn. Anyway,
Yeah.
how you feel now?
I feel much better. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get I don't know what happened yesterday, what happened with my stuff yesterday, but it didn't even update. And so we going right off the top of the dome. But we do got a cool show lined up for y'all. Today we're gonna be talking about you getting your sentence overturned. You know, a lot of people, they didn't know that they know you got 10 years, but they don't know what happened when you got your sentence overturned and how you got your sentence overturned. And also it was also it's another story that's tied into your sentence getting overturned later on. You know what I'm saying? Later on.
Mhm.
So so this is one of them things to where we're gonna be able to explore that, and a lot of people gonna see this character that maybe missed the first part. They're gonna see the character that shows up later in Subway in this situation right here. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah. Chosen mommy. I don't know how I got an emote I don't know how I got it that mode, but I had took it off yesterday. Being new to Twitch, it does whatever the hell it want to do, and you just have to go in there and play with the stuff.
She said, "What now?"
Twitch had it in a certain mode, so people couldn't talk in there, couldn't text in there. And so yesterday I was on there and it was telling me the same shit. So I went up in there and turned it off.
How you do that?
I just went in the settings. When I was in the chat yesterday while we was on live on Twitch.
Yeah, we trying to get this whole Twitch thing figured out. We left a video up there. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't even know that it's like how the browser setting with YouTube, you have a browser setting. I didn't even know Twitch had nothing like that. I didn't know they had something where people would actually go in and watch older videos and shit like that, to where they could even find them. But you know, I was wrong. You know, yeah,
Yeah. Hey y'all.
yeah.
Hey y'all.
Let me
Go
get
ahead,
this.
babe.
Yeah, but we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna start off with the with this situation right here, with you getting your sentence overturned. Is there anything that comes to the top of your head and your thoughts as you relive this moment in your time, your jail time?
Um, this particular moment, what comes to my mind was the judge I had, even though he said all that stuff to me or whatever, I got an understanding about him and who he was as a person. And he's seen some shit. He's seen something. And so he did something about it.
Mm,
So it's like everybody be dealing with their own shit. But when it was time for him to stand up, he did. So
okay, okay. So let's get that set up right now, and we finna get into how you got your sentence overturned. Let's get to it. If I can get this screen popped up. Let me see. Hold up. That's not it.
It's not it, baby.
Nah. No, let me get this. Let me get to it. Give me 1 second, babe, because I was just doing a bunch of bullshit over here. Well, I'm doing a bunch of bullshit trying to, because I had a million things going on today.
I didn't show Mirror yet. I'm not gonna show Mirror until I get to a Mirror story.
Yeah, but what did Mirror she reached out to you though? And what she tell you? She told you something.
I done talked to Mirror a gang of times.
Ooh,
But the last time she reached out when she just came home this recent time, before she just went back this recent time, she was telling me she proud of me, and she said she proud of me. I want to give you a direct message. I don't she said, God damn it. Kids, y'all, kids.
Some kids calling.
The news. I just want to let y'all know, I knew that you was streaming, but I just want to let you and your followers or your people that be talking on there know that, if you guys have been putting off the gym, now is not the time, because just think, as a woman, hear me out. If you weak in arms, that means one man can hold you down and two can rape you. You can't really do it.
Oh my God.
What is How you going to defend yourself?
Everybody looking the same way we looking on this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. No. It's always her. It's always her.
What is wrong with her? What is
wrong with her? All right, go ahead. Everybody talks, oh Lord, go ahead.
Like we was here talking about church
music. We talking about church music and stuff like that. Here you come with these glasses and bonnets. Some of some 2 arms and all go.
Oh no! You gotta let her go. Let her go.
Now. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and head out now. You be smooth. All right, sister. Right on. All right. Crazy.
That girl is out of her mind. She'll say anything. Let me see here, y'all. Okay, here we go. All right. You ready, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get to it. Whoa.
Top, or you could DM me or email me for a link so we can get you all set up. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I was indicted, and I was convicted of a bunch of felonies. My leading charges was corrupt organization and conspiracy. And right now I'm talking about being at the Allegheny County Jail, aka ACJ, in Pittsburgh. I'm on EPOD, and I'm almost ready to lose my fucking mind at this point. I just been sentenced to 10 years. So for the last couple of days, I've been in the fog. I hadn't even called my kids yet because I couldn't even see myself picking up a phone and getting them on the line and telling them, hey, your mama's not coming home. Your mama about to do 10 years. It's just something in my spirit would not let me do it. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people say, you stressed the kids out and all this, and you should have been a better parent. Fuck you. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You ain't talked to my kids. You ain't been there. Keep your opinions to yourself. Sit back and enjoy your show. That's what I gotta say. However it goes. So I'm really not vibing with nobody because something is aching at my soul. And
I gotta ask you a question. When you said that, you do know you doing the video, right? Where when you say something, everybody gonna have an opinion on based on what you said.
I don't give a fuck. And here's the thing. This shit is old. So when I'm making these videos, I'm thriving. I'm good. I've been home years. When I started making these Cece React videos, I had been home years. I'm talking about business after business, thriving good and everything. And people, I'm telling you, people just like to come judge. They thinking this is the shit I'm going through right now. And a motherfucker, I keep telling y'all I'm nosy, right? So when people say stuff, I want to know who you are judging me. Motherfuckers talking, you ain't even got custody of your kids. Like, kids dirty as shit. Like, people are nuts. People are fucking crazy.
I mean, I think a lot of people a lot of people get off on being able to scrutinize certain people and being able to say certain things to people. You know what I'm saying? That people that normally wouldn't even say shit to them in real life or wouldn't even speak to them.
Yeah.
They like voicing their opinion.
They voice their opinion, then go back into that crabby ass shithole that they in with their opinion. Like, listen, my opinion, my thoughts, even my rents pay me. I get paid to do what the fuck I want to do. Your ass just up here loud, typing in all caps and angry for shit. You still got to bag up the motherfucking fries. You still got to say paper or plastic. You still got to say, how may I help you today? I've lived the life I wanted to live. Motherfuckers live the life they have to live. I'll do what the fuck I want to do. It's a difference.
Damn. You ready?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the 10 years that the motherfuckers just gave me at my soul. And yeah, what I gotta say. How people say lying and telling them, hey, your mama's not coming home. You know, your mama about to do 10 years. It's just something in my spirit would not let me do it. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people say, you stressed the kids out and all this, and you know, you should have been a better parent. Fuck you. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You know, you ain't talked to my kids. You ain't been there. Keep your opinion to yourself. Sit back and enjoy your show. That's
matter of fact. Let's
goes. So I'm really not.
Let's go back.
I'm sorry. You don't have to go back to that. But let me say this. I've been having people give me their opinion about my goddamn kids and me having my kids and the way I am all that goddamn the whole time. Listen, let's start with family. You know, I keep telling you I had my first baby when I was about 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? You got people telling me my kids wasn't gonna be shit, and you know, my life fucked up, your life gonna be fucked up, the kids' life gonna be fucked up, they ain't gonna be nothing, ain't gonna know nothing. My kids can surpass all they fucking kids. They fucking kids is fucking pill heads and pedos and alcoholics and shit.
Oh man. You know, that's a real, you know, I don't mean to get off subject, but when you see like one of your friends or a child or something that you actually saw grow up and shit like that turn into like a pedo or some shit like that, that shit is like so shocking to me. Like, I mean, some of them you have inklings that the child is a weirdo, right? You knew he was a weirdo. Some of them you do, but some, like I was just, my sister told me, I was asking my sister, I was talking to my sister and she was telling me about one of our like distant cousins and shit like that. And one of the dudes was like he had done some weird shit with his little brother, and I was like, what? But I haven't seen this dude since he was like a little kid and shit. But nowhere in my mind did I think that he would grow up to be a weirdo like that. I mean, I know that's off the topic, but
it's not off topic. Thank you so much, Nathan. That's Nathaniel, right?
Yep.
That's thank you so much, Nathan. You're always showing love. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I swear I do. I appreciate you. But it's not off topic. It is. People sit back and judge. Listen, people love to judge people. If you don't believe me, and I was thinking about that this morning. Look at God. Look how stuff go around. I was thinking about that this morning. People love to try to, especially this online shit. People like to get in the comment section saying little shit, trying to bully you, judging you, all this other shit. I'm talking about saying the most craziest shit.
And it's like they whole life be fucked up. So they try to pass off that misery. And you want to know something I do? I do this. I'm not gonna lie. I sit there. I don't respond to a lot of stuff. I just don't. You know, I make a little joke, ha ha, hee hee, but it's never at nobody else's expense. But I watch comment sections, not of only my own content, but of other things. But if I see people in the comment section that I follow or supposed to follow me, fuck with me, stuff like that, being a bully or just being real fucked up in that comment section, I block them. Like, you a fucked up person. You wouldn't even say that if you was in person, but you got the balls. You're ballsy online. Like that fucks with my head. If I see stuff like that, I don't fuck with you. I don't, because that's who you are as a person. And it's like, nah, I am how I am. That's why I don't hide me. I don't hide me. I am who I am. You know, I just can't fuck with people like that. But back to these people. Like I said, I've been judged over and over again about how the way I raised my daughters. I was very hard on my daughters, believe it or not. That's why they asked how all straight A's. I was hard on them. Only thing they had to do was go to school. I'm going to take care of the rest. But my children knew how to take care of a whole household. Very domesticated. And my kids are successful as fuck. So I be proud of my children. And I look at the children and the grands of the people who judge me. And I sit back. And it's how they speak to me. If they choose to speak to me, it's, hey, Pooh, how you doing? Hey, baby, how you doing? You don't even talk to me. I damn sure don't. I don't forget none of that. Because y'all stood on it. Tried to make me feel less than because of the decision I made. Fuck y'all.
Is that a heavy motivating factor? Like a lot of people doubting you and like shitting on you and shit like that when you was like really because you was a young mom. You was barely a teen mom. You was a young mom, and a lot of people like counted you out. Is that motivation for you? Do you use that, or is that what is that?
Absolutely. Imagine somebody, listen, y'all. Imagine somebody talking shit to you, and you know you got all this arsenal over there. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I went to a shelter, right? When I got out of my situation, I went to a shelter. The night I was in the shelter, the first day I got into the shelter, I got there at nighttime. The next day I had an interview on B96. They did a live remote from the fucking shelter. From the shelter. Then imagine people talking shit about you, and you so upset with the knife, you do a book signing on the fucking sidewalk in front of the shelter and the liquor store, and everybody is over there. You got food and everything. You doing your shit, and motherfuckers so mad that they just can't break you, that they won't even show up to your shit just to see it. You know what I'm saying? Because they hate that for you. People love to try to keep you down. But listen, when I was telling these stories, I was up 2 times. So, and I did what I wanted to do. How about that? I don't care how hard I fail. I still was good when I fail. How many people can say that? Why they always, man, kiss my ass. Not being cocky, not being arrogant, just telling you what it is. While you over there playing on my downfall. And trying to celebrate and trying to give me parent. How motherfuckers trying to give you parenting advice? They ain't even got their fucking kids.
Damn.
How you trying to give me parenting advice? Your motherfucking kids are straight hoodlums, hooligans. Don't give me shit. I don't even want you praying for me, truth be told, because I don't know who the fuck you praying to. Like, these people be nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot about that internet stuff a long time ago, so I just lay back from it and just kind of observe it at this point. Because if you do watch it in a certain kind of way, it will give you it'll fuck your whole shit up, and it just ain't really worth it. And a lot of these people ain't worth it because a lot of people, like I said, sit back and want to criticize, but people want to have a space to criticize you, but you would actually never see these people in real life, or never deal with them in real life, or never even speak to them in real life. And so this is their chance to be able to say things to people that normally wouldn't listen to them. And I think a lot of people forget that when they look at critiques and shit like that from the, I mean, not even people that do content, even if you just posting your pictures on Facebook and shit like that, and people are, or wherever you do it, and people are critical of your life and shit like that. And you, I mean, everybody is, even when we see with these millionaires and shit, well, if I had this, and then I would be doing it like this, or if I lived over there, I would be. You don't live over there. You don't have this. You didn't achieve that. You don't even have your family together. You know what I'm saying? But you on here talking shit about, you know, saying some weird shit about my son graduating or going to what college. Well, if it was my son, he wouldn't be going to Florida A&M. He'd be going to Florida State. Well, your son's a fucking crackhead. He's in jail. So don't fucking come raining on my parade and shit like that. Like, and I think a lot of people miss that when they, especially when they critical on the internet, because nobody likes that shit. Nobody. And it's a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. It comes with the territory, though.
It does. And that's why I say what the fuck I gotta say. Because you're gonna say what you gotta say, I'm gonna say what I gotta say.
Yeah. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
I'm vibing with nobody because something is aching at my soul. And yeah, it's the 10 years that the motherfuckers just gave me, but something ain't right about this. Now, my lawyer told me that he was gonna come back, you know, to the jail and give me counsel so he could tell me what I can do, you know what I'm saying, to do the appeals and everything. But when I say this motherfucker never showed up, he never showed up. He didn't call, leave a message, none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? He just said fuck me. And the judge saying, Ms. Robinson, you could have did better representing yourself. You should have represented yourself. That shit stuck in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude did absolutely nothing. When I say he did absolutely nothing to fight for me, you know. I see a lot of people say, well, you said you like fancy cars and nice clothes and you want to catch flights here and there. I never once said that. That's the shit the judge said. This is how they sum this shit up. This had nothing to do with me. I never said, listen, I told you things that I've done. But on this case, none of the shit that I was charged with is anything that I did. This is something a bitch told. She told what she thought she knew. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. She told what she thought she knew. None of it was factual. None of it was factual. Even when we went shopping, it wasn't me, it was her. None of my stuff worked. None of my stuff worked. The only thing I got was a car. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, why all these charges was on me was because I wouldn't tell. Now, one of the things I used to do, and I say this often, when I didn't feel like being bothered, when I'm trying to clear my head, is I sit in front of the television. Now, I'm sitting in front of the television, and once again, I don't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the news.
Now, before you get into this right here, because I forgot something, and I want you to reiterate. At any given time, once your case was over with, did you ever see your lawyer again?
No.
So that time when he showed up and he didn't fight for you and all that, and you got sentenced to all that time, you gave this dude $15,000. Yeah. And you never seen him again after that.
No.
I couldn't remember that or not. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. What was the last thing? Do you remember the last thing he said to you after they escorted you off or whatever?
He told me he'll be to see me. Oh,
he told you he was gonna come see you when you got there.
I seen him in the hallway when the officer was escorting, the bailiff was escorting me back to the cell. He came in the hallway and he told me, he said, I'll see you back at the jail.
And you never saw him again?
Mm-mm.
Wow. And you paid this man this is not a quarter point lawyer. This is a paid lawyer. You gave this man $15,000 to handle your case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you owe him anything or anything like that?
Nope.
You paid it in full. Wow. That's horrible.
I say this often when I didn't feel like being bothered, when I'm trying to clear my head, is I sit in front of the television. Now I'm sitting in front of the television, and once again, I don't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the news. Quite often we will put the news on the television because we want to see who done went to court, who gonna lie about their case, this, that, and the third. You know, so I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the news. And I'm watching the news and I'm looking at the news and I'm watching this shit and I'm trying to comprehend what the fuck I'm looking at. Now, what I'm looking at is the bitch. You know what I'm saying? The attorney general. The lady who was in the office when I first got arrested. The lady who was sitting across from me when I was getting sentenced. This bitch is on television because she's been indicted for the same.
Okay. We're gonna start right there because people could have forgot who this lady is. So take us back to make us remember, because we done talked about her in the past couple weeks, but reiterate who this lady is, this attorney general, and when did you see her and all that stuff?
The first time I seen her is when I had got extradited and they took me to ACJ. They took me to ACJ and I had to go to court. So when I went to court, they gave me a bond. Finally, when I came out, them gentlemen, nice gentlemen, told me to put my hands up. Man, I'm already cuffed. Told me to turn around, and they took me to the federal building.
Okay.
She was the lady who was sitting in that office. That's who was sitting there.
So she was sitting in there with the feds, and she was just observing. Now,
no, she actually took the lead on my case. She was the person on my case. She's the one who handed down the indictment.
So the attorney general, it took the lead on against you. The AG of Pennsylvania took the lead against you on your case. Now, of course, now you know the attorney. Go ahead.
Because this was a nationwide sting.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Your stuff was you had a whole bunch of stuff going all out of state and stuff like that, hitting leaks everywhere. But the only people that really wanted you really, really bad was Pennsylvania. And
because that's what came. That's the home. That's home. Is this operation was based out of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, because Philly, right? The hub was in Philly. Okay, yeah.
Check this out. Listen. So if you do any kind of crime, just say we're gonna stick with white collar, right? Mm-hmm. So say you do use a card or whatever, and you go into a store and swipe some shit, hit some shit or whatever. So I can, if it comes back to me, I'm just saying I'm using me. So say if you use my card on some fraudulent shit, you know, you take the money out of my account, this, that, and the third. So when you call the bank, listen, when you call the bank, you get the transactions and you can get possibly a city or whatever. So you could call the places, you know what I'm saying? Of the businesses and all this, you can call to contact these places. So when you contact these places, quite naturally, they're not going to give you the information. So what you can do, you can take that information to the police officer and say, this day, this. And what the police officer do, they'll contact the police in that place. You know what I'm saying? And the police can request video, they can request X, Y, and Z. And then if it's enough of these cases, what they'll do, they'll sit there and watch it and see every transaction. It's a paper trail. It's a paper trail. So they can keep watching you going. And they'll sit there and keep watching you until they build a big enough case. And then they can hand down indictments. They take it to the top. Say, hey, we got something, especially if it's around election time. They hit those officials up and say, hey, we got something. This might be the one for you to get your ass elected. This might be the one to get your ass elected. And they work on that and they keep building. So, and sometimes they can apprehend your ass, right? And they sit you down. They apprehend you on something slight, because they're watching you. And they sit you down and your court date is far out. The reason why your court date is far out is because they're constantly gathering evidence. Even though you're sitting in that jail cell, they're still building a case.
Yeah, and I think this is what makes this amazing to me, because I'm gonna be honest with you. You really dodged the bullet not catching a Fed case with this situation, because you was going out of the state and you was moving and you got in. But what happened, this is what makes this shit so crazy. Because when you lined up with the feds, right, and you lined up, and because the attorney general is working for the state, and that's the highest attorney in the state. So that's the highest attorney in the state of Pennsylvania. So you're in there with the feds and the state at the highest level of to be prosecuted in some kind of way. And y'all's case was a big case. Y'all was all on the news and shit like that. So in some kind of way, this woman, she wanted so vehemently to indict you that she convinced the feds to turn you over to her. And this is what's crazy to me. When you say right now in the same breath, this lady is getting indicted
for the same shit,
for the same fucking thing. And I don't think people have really sat back and really thought about the irony in that shit. I don't think people have really grasped the irony of that. This lady, because you got to really know what's going on right here. You got the real attorney general of the state of Pennsylvania, and she takes the lead on your case. She wrestles it away from the feds because they want you. Because if they didn't want you, they wouldn't have came and apprehended you. Not only did they apprehend you, they flew you. They took you in custody, and the marshals flew you all around. So all of that manpower that they paid, all of those man hours and all that shit, they paid to get you over there in that situation. So they wanted you. So you get in front of the attorney general in the state of Pennsylvania in some kind of way. Because usually the feds don't lose these. If they want a motherfucker, they take them.
People be talking though. That's the whole thing. Once they see, I don't give a fuck what you got in front of me. When they bought the file, they thought the intimidation was going to do something. Listen, it did nothing. When they bought the file in there, they rolled in a desk with a whole bunch of files on there. This is how people get shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut your ass up. Ask for my lawyer. Shut up. I don't have to talk to none of y'all. Y'all, you went to school for this shit. That was your job. Do your job.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that was a big factor. You not saying nothing, of course. So that, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said,
they didn't want me. They did not want me. They wanted somebody else.
I know they wanted somebody else, but in every situation like that, the more people, the stronger the case. Yep. And even if you don't say nothing, they don't have to pretend. Like, look, listen, you don't have to say nothing, right? They have their transcripts. They have the shit that they already, the intel that they already got. If they have you in custody and the nigga know they got you in custody, they can still leverage you against somebody else. They can still go in there and say, well, we already know, we got such and such and such and such in custody. We already know that y'all was doing this and this and that. And it's up to that nigga in that point to decide whether or not he gonna cooperate or he gonna stand solid and say, shit, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. You got to talk to my lawyer. Because that's where niggas get broke at, right there. Because, and they leverage people, even if the other people ain't said nothing, they leverage the motherfuckers against motherfuckers. But my whole thing is, this is my thing right here, that nobody have really been getting about this story, is that, like I'm telling you, and I'm saying, that woman wanted you for whatever reason. Maybe it was to make herself look, to throw them off the trail of her. Like,
I know why she wanted me.
There's no possible way that she could be doing this shit so she can get elected. She took you from the feds and then indicted you to the max because your shit is white collar. They gave you 10 fucking years for white collar shit. You wasn't stealing out nobody's account. It's a victimless crime. They maxed your ass out. And they maxed you out. And then on top of that, with all that being said, This bitch is doing the exact same thing. And it's on the news.
People, she wanted me for another reason. I'm the little man on the totem pole. I'm big in my own world, but I'm the little man on the totem pole. Where there's smoke, there is fire. You know what I'm saying? Without my if I would have made a testimony, a statement, and say, "Well, fuck that." Oh, girl who told on me knew nothing. Knew nothing. She told what she thought she knew. She knew nothing. You know what I'm saying? She knew me. And that's about fluke. And she telling them that I know more than what I know. But of course. But the thing is, they got Fat Boy. And he not saying shit. So they think people is scared of jail. And they just knew I had never been to prison or anything before. Y'all gotta understand, I had a clean record. So I had never been to jail. So of course, a person who's never been to jail before is gonna be petrified. And I got kids, I got shit to lose. They're banking all this on those things. I got kids, I got shit to lose. I've never been to jail before. So they just fear. They don't even know I was tired. I'm tired of running in at these goddamn stores, these banks. I was tired. Shit, put me on vacation. It's okay. I know how to make it wherever I go. So, and then I don't have that in me. I'm not a snitch. You know what I'm saying? If I would have sat there and ran down everything, it would have been way more people on that case, and this shit would have been through the roof. Mm-hmm. It would have been, but people, and they could throw numbers and shit out there. The good thing about me, I was fat when I got in there, but I knew I could work on my weight. I could come back different. I could do this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. I had to sit there, but it is what it is. I felt like I can sleep, me not saying shit, and it is what it is. Me not saying shit, I can sleep with myself at night. I don't know how you a snitch and you can sleep with your fucking self at night.
Right.
So they wanted me to spiral this shit out of control. And since I didn't, that's what they did to me.
Yeah, I mean, and you hear these stories, and you in reality, there's only a couple of people that went to jail on y'all situation. It could have been a whole lot more. And people listening to these stories can tell that it could have been a whole lot more people that could have went down in that indictment and didn't. And I was just blown away by this lady, you know, trying to take you from the feds. And this shit was wild. And there's something, and the reality of it is it's not showcased enough on how dirty these politicians is. Highlights that. It really highlights how filthy these politicians are.
There is no good guys in charge. There's no good guys. There's no outstanding, none of them. There's no good person. They're criminals just on a different side.
Right. You ready? Mm-hmm. Let's go.
And I'm watching the news. Who done went to court? And bothering when I'm trying to clear my head is I sit in front of the television. Now I'm sitting in front of the television, and once again, I don't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the news. Quite often we will put the news on the television because we want to see who done went to court, who gonna lie about their case, this, that, and the third. You know, so I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the news. And I'm watching the news, and I'm looking at the news, and I'm watching this shit, and I'm trying to comprehend what the fuck I'm looking at. Now, what I'm looking at is the bitch, you know what I'm saying? The attorney general, the lady who was in the office when I first got arrested, the lady who was sitting across from me when I was getting sentenced. This bitch is on television because she's been indicted for the same shit I'm locked up for. Damn. She's been indicted for corruption. She's been indicted for conspiracy. She's been indicted for fraud. She's been indicted for perjury and fucking with the jury. I mean, this bitch got a bunch of cases. It's like, oh, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So they talking about, listen, these motherfuckers is talking about what she's indicted on and what she can possibly, the time she could possibly face. Now, the time they say this bitch could possibly face is nowhere near the time that I just got sentenced to. Now, I told you when I was in the courtroom, the dude was standing up there reading from a notepad. He got a notepad in his hand, and from where I'm sitting at, it wasn't shit on there. I said,
now, this is the dude that walks in the subway and give you this big ass tip because he knew he had done some bullshit to you. When you told him your name, he thought he was blown away by that. This is him.
no, he tried to, well, look at you now. You're doing good. You're working. You know, you're a productive member of society, and standing there for a long ass time talking. I didn't know. Well, we'll get to that. Go ahead. Said he was stuffing my reading from a note here the time that I just got sentenced to. Now, I told you when I was in the courtroom, the dude was standing up there reading from a notepad. He got a notepad in his hand, and from where I'm sitting at, it wasn't shit on there. I said he was stuffing my case. You know what I'm saying? They stuffing my files, meaning they're putting fucked up charges on me. And what they recommended, they're getting money for me. You know what I'm saying? They're getting money for me. And once again, my lawyer said absolutely nothing. So deep down in my soul, you know what I'm saying, I know these motherfuckers is working together. So now I know why he ain't came to see me. You know what I'm saying? I know why he ain't came to see me. Because these motherfuckers is in on this together.
Swapped your ass out.
I done talked to a few, you know, when I first got back, I talked to a few of the inmates. They telling me, you know, well, you could do an appeal, you could do this, that, and the third. But how the fuck am I finna get a lawyer while I'm up in here? You know what I'm saying? I don't want a public defender because the public defender and the fucking states now, all these motherfuckers work together. All of them work together. You know what I'm saying? All of them work together. I don't know what to do. So once again, my heart is in my pussy. My knees are weak, and I'm trying to get up to go holler at the CO. I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best to get up to go to the CO, but I'm weak as fuck because I don't believe this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's an altercation going on in the background. Normally, I'm the one who's trying to break some shit up and trying to make some peace and trying to, you know, especially if my folks argue. I just didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I finally get up the nerve to go over there and holler at the CO. So it was a new CO that was there, a white chick. I don't want to say her name because she still worked there, and I still fuck with her to this day. I say, listen. I say the bitch who indicted me and told what my sentence should be. I say this bitch is on TV being indicted. I say they not even talking about giving her the amount of time I got. And mind you, this was my first case. My other cases that I caught while I was out on bond for this shit, that shit was gone. This ate that shit up. That shit was gone. There was no way in the fuck I should have that much time. No way. You know what I'm saying? No way. So, however it go, I told him, I need to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So the CO asked me, she said, well, how much time did they give you? I say, shit, 10 years. You know what I'm saying? 10. They gave you that much time? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So she like, let me look this up. So she go inside the computer. She say, how much time they gave you? I say, 10 years. She said, well, right here, they said 2 to 4. A 2 to 4? A 2 to 4? She say, yeah, all the fucking time. When that shit happened, when old girl got indicted, they changed my fucking sentence. I didn't have to put in for no appeal. I didn't have to get no lawyers. I didn't have to do anything. And me, I'm believing deep down in my heart, the judge knew. The judge fucking knew. The judge knew. And he didn't want to do it to me. I told you they cleared the courtroom out for me. Why? They ain't never cleared the courtroom out for no fucking body else. They knew this shit. You know what I'm saying? They knew this. And that's how my sentence got overturned. What I did, I wrote the judge a thank you letter. You know what I'm saying? I wrote him a thank you letter and told him I appreciate him. You know, he don't have to respond back, but of course he's not going to respond back. Tell him I appreciate him, everything he did. You know what I'm saying? I said, once I get out of here, you'll never see me again. And I meant that from the bottom of my heart. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Old girl who got indicted, the attorney general, they got this bitch probation. I was sentenced to 10, but she got probation. But with that being said, y'all be smooth. Until next time.
Well, how did that make you feel like now looking at that shit now and revisiting it? Because I see God Before Everything in the comment section saying he pissed all the way over again. He pissed off again with that shit.
I'm not even mad no more.
Mm-hmm. I didn't do the time. I'm just thankful that the judge didn't like people, and he knew it was some bullshit. He knew it was some bullshit. That's what I'm thinking. This is not something he told me and no stuff like that.
Did you ever see that judge again? It's a story about him, ain't it? You got a story. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, it's a story about that judge. You see him again. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like he knew it was some bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm listening to that shit, and it in this case right here, it really highlights so many different things. Like I said, the attorney general is doing the exact same thing that you did. She gets probation. You know what I'm saying? And probably working somewhere else as an attorney somewhere right now to this day. She and then not only that, you know, it's just so much shit in this, them swapping you out. Like I really believe just listening to you that they swapped you out for somebody and you don't know what that means. I mean, like when you get an attorney, right? Say he had Cece in his portfolio, but say he had another dude with an even bigger charge or some shit like that, and he wanted to get a favor done for that dude. Well, he'll cut a deal. You'll be in a deal to get reduced time for that dude, but that ain't got nothing to do with your case. But them lawyers know each other and they done swapped you out for a deal. It ain't got nothing to do with you being innocent. It don't got nothing to do with you, being right or justice or no shit like that. It's all a deal. It's all that this lawyer wanted a favor, so he gave you up and he took your fucking money. He took your money. You know what I'm saying? He took your fucking money, and even though you paid him, you getting swapped out in some bullshit ass deal. And when y'all be looking at TV and shit like that, and you hear these motherfuckers talking about deals and shit like that, what do you think that shit is? It's so crazy, like how Hollywood could like dilute the minds of people, you know, because it just looked like, you know, like you can see some gangbanging nigga on TV, you know, shooting niggas and shit like that, or whatever the case may be. But those are real people this nigga's killing. These are real people with families and different things attached to them. It's not a fucking storyline. It's the same thing with these courts. These people getting swapped out. People that like her, like Cece, doing white collar crime, ain't a victimless crime, getting 10 fucking years, and some fucking lady some lady that's in complete control of the fucking justice system over the whole state of Pennsylvania getting probation for this, probably some way worse than what you was for. Some of the shit that she did and her shit probably was way worse than what you did. You see what I'm saying? And she's in control of swapping you out with other criminals and shit like that to work deals for other lawyers, and it's a network. And like you said, all these people know each other. All these people went to law school together. Like some of them grew up together. Some of them went to high school together. You see what I'm saying? And these dudes, they are the ones that seal your fate. You see what I'm saying? They just want, like, you know, you be looking at this Hollywood shit, you know, like with Bill Cosby and shit like that. Like them lawyers that he using to defend himself are related to the motherfuckers that's trying to take his shit. I don't think people realize that shit. Like your lawyer could be the cousin of the nigga that's trying to prosecute you, because that law, that legal shit is a big ass racket. That crime shit is another big ass racket. So all these motherfuckers are colluding and working together to steal as much as they can steal out of whatever little part of the criminal enterprise that they working in. All these little lawyers is working together to steal. All these motherfucking politicians that got these private prisons and shit like that, they looking to steal. They got they nephew building the motherfucking private prisons. They got they motherfucking auntie. She's the one who provide the fabrics for the prison factories and shit like that. They done built a whole little motherfucking ring up, a whole multiple layers of a criminal enterprise to steal from this motherfucking country. And at the heart of it is poor motherfuckers, specifically niggas and other motherfuckers. That's what's catalyzing that shit. No, it ain't never no conflict. No, ma'am. You don't have all you got to do is look at some of the attorney names. Look at some of the and we just talking about that specific racket because that's not the only racket. But look at the attorney names. Just like these motherfuckers got the same last names and like that, and just like we do, like Jacksons and Johnsons and Jones and shit like that, Frankel and Schottenheimer and all these motherfuckers, them niggas be related. They be related.
Who a conflict for who, Tiana West? That's civilian talk, baby. A conflict for who? Once you cross that line, none of that shit matters.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
And then you do get a good lawyer, or you get a good judge. Hey, Mahari Nation. Hey, Mahari.
What's up, Abel?
Then you get, and the good ones get ran out.
Mm-hmm.
The good ones get ran out.
The niggas that don't want to play ball and don't want this shit been going on way before these niggas. Yeah. This is not something. This country was built to facilitate that shit. So like, even if you want to blow a whistle or some shit, it's so much red tape to get these motherfuckers removed or to get them prosecuted or to it's shit put into place to stop you from fucking up the system. It's set up to stop you from fucking up what they done built because they running a criminal enterprise that's protected by the motherfucking laws that they go in there and create. Because the same motherfuckers that's lobbying and paying for their motherfucking campaigns and shit like that, they got agendas. Okay, they want them to change motherfucking zones. Okay, say this is a residential zone right here, but this needs to be commercial because we want to build a big ass jail right here. But if we give you $3 million to get elected, we want you to make sure that you lobby and that you push and get that motherfucking rezone so we can build our jail. We're gonna give you $3 million, but you got to do that for us. And niggas don't have that kind of power. They're not playing from that space.
Nope. Because they don't think that. They think about, isn't that, I'm sorry, Tiana West, I got to use you. Isn't that conflict? That's how them people thinking about using your ass to run a business, making you a slave. Enslaving you. Listen, Tiana West, you from Chicago. Look back at the corruption cases with the officers. Look how many niggas they locked up for nothing. And how they had their ass tied up in there. Look at all them lawsuits they done paid out. They had a whole crew. They had a whole little gang that was supposed to be serving and protecting. Look that up. In Chicago, great. Let's go back. Let's talk about Fred Hampton. They locked Fred Hampton up for ice cream. Talking about he robbed an ice cream truck, ice cream store, so they could get their plans together, let them out, just for them to go in and murder him. That's not a joke.
And here's the thing though. This is where the thing that you said that was key. You said, look at the lawsuits. Look at the lawsuits. Not niggas going to jail. All like not motherfuckers that went to jail for crimes. Because this is how everybody does in America. Okay. Every big motherfucker, even motherfuckers that's selling you poison. A motherfucker can sell you poison in America, run up a bag, and then pay the lawsuits and walk away with all the money that he done made. As long as they ain't going to jail and it ain't no crime. That's a business in America. That's how businesses ran in America. Businesses ran in America literally. It's people out here that's selling you poisons and putting it in all kind of weird shit and selling it, and they done lobbied and got people that you respect and trust that put behind that shit and say, oh, well, this is going to be good for you. You should go ahead and do this. But it's literally tens or hundreds or billions of dollars behind this shit, and they are incubated under that shit, and they pushing that agenda, but they really been bought and paid for. And so once they accrue all the money and shit like that they gonna accrue, and like we were just talking about, it's a motherfucker in the background talking about, hey, that's poison, that's poison, that's poison. It's a motherfucker that's been saying that's poison for 6 or 7 years. Finally, he get through the court or whatever. And they look into it. And then they already know it's poison. They make them prove it. So it get tied up in another motherfucking 3 years of litigation. And after that 10 years, 1 million motherfuckers done died, caught cancer, had slow babies and all kind of shit. Okay. And they say, okay, well, this is poison. So these people done made billions of dollars. And then they turn around and give a lawsuit and say, hey, well, yeah, that was fucked up. We did get them people poison. So we're going to give a lawsuit. We're going to settle it for $250 million. And everybody like, oh, they got $250 million lawsuit. But that's fucking 10 years of victims. So you find out everybody, ain't nobody going to give it $36 from this shit after you pay them dirty ass lawyers that settle with these motherfuckers. After because they going to get their percentage of that 200 million. And then they going to make you and all them people, them 10 years of victims, separate the rest of the money up. That's how this shit works. And it's not just pharmaceuticals, it's all kinds of shit. This is how this shit works. It's like this informing, all kinds of bullshit, these seeds and all kind of shit these motherfuckers be doing. That's how this country is ran.
Look at Frank Lucas. Look at Frank Lucas. I know a lot of people are like, well, he cooperate. Take away the cooperation part. The same prosecutor, the same dude who went to bat to lock Frank Lucas up. I'm talking about dotted all the I's, crossed the T's, everything to nail Frank Lucas to the cross. Him. He's the same person. He knew the case forwards and backwards. He knew what he had built. He's the same person who got him out of jail. He's the same fucking person who got him out of jail. Nobody paying attention to that.
Yeah. I mean,
he's the same person who fought and got him out of jail. I'm just saying, it's so many. This shit is not make believe. It's real. It's like,
yeah. And I think people just kind of just like even like like we talking about different things. Like the doctor. I can't remember his name. It was a black scientist. His name was Tyrone something, and he blew the whistle on this motherfucking pesticide that they use. That was they brought him in because they thought he was just gonna play ball and just do what we tell you. Just say, well, this work. Well, he take the shit into the lab to test it, and the shit started turning male frogs into girl frogs. Literally making frogs gay, like in some cases completely changing the reproductive organs in frogs. And this is the shit that they spraying all our food with. They tried to. He went public before they could. They threatened him. The dude at the highest level of that motherfucking corporation threatened him on stage. Said he was gonna kill him. Okay. Then his name is Tyrone, Dr. Tyrone something. But they brought him in because all they wanted him to do was be a little, we got a scientist. It's proven that it's good, and he didn't play ball.
So your black ass out there in front of the people so you can get blamed.
But here's the thing with him. Even though he said that shit, and this is another reason why they use the black man, even though he's blowing the whistle and saying this shit is poison, they did not take that shit off immediately. Yep. They didn't take that shit off. That shit kept getting used for years and years and years after that. They knew that this nigga was in the lab. He had scientific proof that he was showing people. Well, they just now starting to take that shit to where, well, nah, you can't do it. Then the nigga that owned that shit, that nigga just kept getting richer and richer and richer and richer. And most of these people don't even know what the fuck is wrong with them. They don't even know what the fuck is happening. They don't know what happened. They don't even know they're a fucking victim in that circumstance. They don't even know.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Like that 19 shot. That C-19.
Oh, yeah.
They paraded you right, God, before everything. They use us as pawns in their chess game. They paraded a dark ass face out there to say, hey, yeah, this is fine. Woo, 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 woo. They don't know what the fuck is in it.
Yeah. But I mean, I ain't even bring it up because that's just one thing of many. It's just people think they lean into like the obvious things like that. That's true. But people have no idea like how much of this shit is really rigged. Like your whole day-to-day life. Like even when motherfuckers is pulling you over for tickets and shit like that, it's schemes and scams and shit behind that bullshit to keep a motherfucking racket running. And they don't call it a racket because they the ones that's out here pushing the shit. It just who pushing the propaganda.
Y'all want to know something, and I don't tell many people this. So I was gonna be a police officer. Like I was gonna be a police officer, but my intentions behind being a police officer was never to protect and serve. And I'm just gonna leave it that way, because those was the biggest gangsters around the hood. The police officers. So I was gonna join the force. Sure was.
Yeah, but in true fashion, though, the police are just pawns as well. They being used for a bigger agenda. They need that to lock niggas up. Because in order for all this shit to go, in order for all these fines and all these bullshit payments from the governments and all that shit like that, in order for that shit to go, you need criminals. You need crime, know. But yeah, we done went off onto some more shit, y'all. I mean, but I think this even though this is one of your shortest episodes, I think it's a lot in that people really missed, and it's probably one of your most important videos. Is that people just you can really just miss, but people don't. It ain't that people miss it. It's like we sitting up here saying this shit. People don't care until it happened to them. People don't care until they get railroaded on some bullshit and they know that it shouldn't be like that. Or something happened to their little boy or their daughter or some shit and they know it shouldn't be like that. That's when niggas start to care. By that time, it's too late. But yeah, we finna switch over to Twitch. We finna switch the vibe and we finna go into the party mode. We going into the after party on Twitch. Anything you got else to say to these people to love before we go over to Twitch and have a good time?
Yes, y'all. Snapback is going to be available tomorrow for sure. We have to wait another day. Black been working on that site. So it'll be available for pre-orders tomorrow. Some of y'all start getting y'all emails about y'all jackets. If you ain't got your email yet, it's coming. I'm going down the line. I'm going down the line. I'm going down the line. And come on over to Twitch, join the party.
Yep. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for everybody that came through and showed love. We appreciate y'all.
Bye.